On this episode, Don Torchia from Basement to Roof Inspections drops by.
Turn up, let's go.
Welcome everyone to this episode 046 of the AskJasonGelios Show. I'm your host, Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. I have Don Torchia here from Basement to Roof Home Inspections. This guy is a valuable content provider right now, right? So, Don, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Don, what makes you qualified to share advice today on the show?
Wow. I appreciate being here in the first place. I spent 20 years as a professional handyman, tearing apart houses, fixing them, repairing them, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, basements, bathrooms, kitchens, all aspects of home maintenance. So I have the hands-on calluses, scars on my hands.
He's been in the field.
Yeah, I've done it. I've been there. I've torn it apart.
Right.
And then also, I graduated from the ASHI School, the American Society of Home Inspectors, the school in Chicago. So I have formal training. I'm also a ASHI certified home inspector. So I have it from both sides. I have the formal education, and I also have the hands-on in the trenches experience.
You know, in my experience as being a productive realtor, not many inspectors take their actual education and training to that level. So you definitely want to look for that when you are hiring somebody to inspect probably the biggest purchase.
It's like going to Harvard. It's like attended Harvard pretty much.
Absolutely. All right. So, Don, you're going to share with our audience some tips for home buyers, some tips for home sellers, and homeowners who just want maybe some advice. So, why don't we start with the home buyers? For all the home buyers, potential home buyers watching, what are some tips that they should be looking out for, either when they hire an actual inspector to go out or during the actual inspection itself?
Sure. As far as the inspector side of the equation, in the state of Michigan has no regulation on the inspection business. So you could wake up tomorrow and say, I'm a home inspector, and boom, you're now inspecting houses. And it's honestly that easy. So what you want to make sure of is ask, what are your credentials? What is your experience? What have you done to earn the ability to be here? Look into it a little bit deeper than that. More than just price, please. You're spending ever how much, when you sign the dotted line on that at the closing, that's a lot of money.
It is.
If you're going to save $50 on that, please don't do that. You want experience. You want, and check out their reviews, their Google reviews. Reviews are huge. Check out their Google reviews, their education, their experience, their certification. To peel out a couple layers of the onion before you just say, boom, we're hiring this guy.
Absolutely, because ultimately, the proof is in the pudding. You know, just like you said too, anybody can just wake up one morning and say, hey, I'm going to be a home inspector. Just like being a real estate agent. Unfortunately, people just go out and, I just want to do this. So experience definitely matters. So for the home sellers that are basically thinking, okay, what can I do to either improve the process, right? Because like when I work with a lot of home sellers and whatnot, they ultimately, if they don't get a pre-listing inspection, which actually I'm gonna have you explain what that is, but they're wondering, okay, I hope we pass inspection, and that's just not the way to go about it. So can you share a little bit what a pre-listing inspection is, and maybe a couple tips that they can do to kind of present their house in a better light?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. And one of the things that I find for the people doing a pre-listing is it exposes it takes away the surprise.
Right.
It gets rid of, oh no, we didn't know this was happening. There's a lot of emotion involved in the home buying process. Oh, we love it. This is beautiful. The baby can go here. There's a lot of emotion involved. Right. If you can keep that going, it's way better for your deal. Right. Understand your house. For me, I come and go, and I don't look at my a whole lot either. But so there's areas of your house, like your attic, as an example, the top of the chimney. There are areas, nooks and crannies of the basement, the crawl space. There's parts of your house that you don't pay attention to. Yes, the kitchen floor is vacuumed and mopped and all that, but there's other things, deeper parts of your house. Understand your house. The pre-listing inspection does that. It helps get rid of the surprises.
Absolutely. And every seller or potential seller that I meet with, I always say, have a pre-listing inspection. Don't wonder if inspection is going to pass. Sometimes too, if you have a pre-listing inspection done, myself as your realtor, I could put that in the agent notes on the MLS that, hey, this home has already had a pre-listing inspection. Mm-hmm. Not all buyers will go off of that or even use it, but it's peace of mind, right? Because just like you said, Don, right, the whole process can be stressful. People take things personally, whether they're on the buying side or the seller side. It gets emotional, and so therefore, if you have someone like Don or Don himself, right, which you can hire him. By the way, we'll have your info, at the end of the video and in the comments and in the description. But anyway, little shameless self-promotion there. But if you have a pre-listing inspection, it takes away the worry for the most part, right? And then you just ultimately worry about price.
And now here's another thing: is this, as I mentioned earlier, I spent 20 years working on houses. Currently, right now, this is October of 2018. I have never seen so much work in my life out there. It's amazing the amount of work. We went through the recession. A lot of contractors left the state. And there was a lot of houses that were not worked on. So what's happening, we're now kind of catching up. There's fewer people doing the work, more work to be done. Right. So what happens, the challenge is, let's say you put your house on the market and the inspector finds something big and scary. And you're like, we got to fix this. Well, the problem is this: it could take you 2-3 months to get that fixed. If you do the pre-listing inspection, you find out about it, you have it fixed ahead of time, you have the time to find the right contractor, you have the time to get all that, get your ducks all lined up and quacking at the same time.
Absolutely. Preparation is everything. So, okay, so for somebody who maybe is watching this video, who owns a home and just maybe wants some basic tips and advice, what do you recommend that they do to their house to kind of keep it up?
Here's what I recommend is this is look at your house. I mean, I know it's a simple thing to say, but I will go to houses where there's a rotten hole in the side of the house and birds flying in and out of it. Okay. Take a look around and get to understand, familiar with your house a little bit more. Clean out the closet that has the access to the attic, please. I don't know how many times I've crawled into the attic and
everywhere,
insulation all over, and there's all your clothes in there. Cover plastic, a sheet, cover up your clothing, make it accessible. And then if you have a dog, have the dog gone. Pets, cats, and take care of your pets. Make sure they're not there. We had one dog get out. It was terrible catching it.
Right.
That kind of thing.
So Don, wouldn't it make sense if a homeowner has not had a formal, thorough home inspection in, I don't know, a year or 2 or 3 years, to actually have one done so that they do know if their house has hidden issues?
Yeah, so let's do this then. Let's now assume that you're in the house and you're owning your house and you're enjoying it. Let's go out 2, 3, 4, 5 years. There's parts of my body that my doctor knows better than I do.
Right.
Okay? There's parts of your house that a handyman or someone more familiar with houses are going to know better. Okay, you do maintenance. Do a maintenance inspection. Have a sticker head in for an hour, 2 hours. Do a maintenance inspection. Do a lot of that kind of stuff, too.
Right. It makes a lot of sense because, let's say, for example, right, something's wrong with the furnace, and let's say it's, October right now, right, and it's 30 degrees out, this morning.
Already.
Yeah. So you're talking. You don't want to have something happen, and then you have to try to line up somebody and they're slammed with work. So you want to make sure that you are prepared. Get these things done often. I mean, it's so affordable too, right? I mean,
It is.
it doesn't make any sense to just hold off on all these things thinking, well, I'll do it next year or the year after. No, I mean, have an expert like Don come in and make sure that everything's ticking right. It's the best money spent. So I definitely appreciate you coming by here. So that's going to end this episode 046 of the Ask Jason Gelios Show. I'll have Don's information in the description below, a link to his website. But why don't you briefly share how people can actually reach you, and then we'll end the show there.
Yes, I thank you very much. I have a website, basement2roofhomeinspections.com. Also, check out my Google reviews. I was mentioning earlier Google reviews. Check out my Google reviews at basement2roofhomeinspections.com. Also, my phone number, 248-224-6332. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Don. Appreciate it. Guys, have a great week.